Monday, Monday. It's back again. It's March 8th, 2021, and it's me, Joy, to do the daily devotional. Oh my gosh, I discovered the most upsetting thing. I wonder if any of you have noticed and thought, oh my gosh, I'd love to tell Joy about that, but I better not because it will upset her. Oh! Standing in front of this quilt and getting the close-up of the quilt, when I edit it, of course, I can see the quilt, the whole thing, you know, very close up. Well, I discovered yesterday a huge mistake I made in this quilt. I wonder if Jeffrey's noticed it. Jeffrey, did you notice it? And why do I say Jeffrey? Because Jerry doesn't care about my quilts. He's not a quilter. Jeffrey is a quilt teacher, a master quilter. He owns 5 long arm machines, and he's coming here in 6 to 8 weeks, so he says we'll see. The thing is, he's had to wait to find his birth certificate because California requires that you have some kind of stamp on your driver's license now before you can fly. I think I'm saying that right. And he has to wait for his birth certificate to come to get that done. And then he's going to be traveling all over the place teaching. I'm just very, very fortunate that I get to be special and he's coming to my house because he wants me to make a video of him, remember? The whole thing was, he said, would you mind if I come there and I'll teach you everything I know about Quilt Path, if you will videotape me, videotape, there's no tape anymore, make a video of me doing it. I said, oh my goodness. And so I told Jerry, I said, I don't know, there's this weird person, says he wants to come to my house, what should I do, what should I do? Jerry said, it sounds like a really good deal, let him come, Joy. So don't you worry about Jerry. If I say Jeffrey, somebody said, you said Jeffrey 3 times. I sit in bed at night. We're watching Bob and Brad on the TV. Jerry's on his side, I'm on my side. And I'm texting with Jeffrey or I'm talking to him on the phone. Believe me, it's all okay. You don't need to worry. Jeff's probably on the floor rolling with laughter right now. I have to slurp it, guys, because it's too hot and it comes out that little hole. So, you want to see the huge mistake on my quilt before we do the devotional? If there was any way I could fix it, I promise you I would. But it's way too late in the game. Look at this block. What month is it? January, February, March, April, May, June. This is the June block. July, of course, has the flag. This is the June block. The vase is not supposed to be sitting on top of the watermelon. The watermelon is supposed to be in front of the vase. I looked at that and I thought, well, why on earth is that vase sitting on a watermelon? And so I got out the book and I looked up this block. Sure enough, the watermelon is supposed to be in front of the vase. So those of you who think I'm such an amazing quilter, you can just cross me off the top of the list and move me way down at the bottom, okay? If there was any way I could fix it, I would have to totally unquilt it, and then I would have to unstitch it all the way around. All of these are appliques and they're stitched all the way around. I'd have to take out all of the stitching all the way around it, and I would have to pull the watermelon forward, but there's going to be steam stuck all over that watermelon face. So it will be messed up because I won't be able to get the sticky stuff off of it. So I'm just going to have to leave it. But, oh, I could just, I almost want to just start over. I'm so mad at myself. All right, Joy, get to the devotional. We don't care about your quilt. Okay, today's devotional is Luke 22:19. This is my body, Jesus said, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And we just did. We just did yesterday morning. Jerry and I had communion. Our church, Cornerstone Church in San Antonio, Texas, has communion the first Sunday of every month. So we had communion yesterday. Okay, this is called Remember. Jesus gave this instruction to his disciples at the Last Supper, the meal they shared before he was arrested. He knew the end of his earthly life was near, so he told them that when they ate the bread and drank the wine, that they should remember him. He didn't mean they should just remember their friend named Jesus. They should remember what he did for them and us by his death and resurrection. He gave the ultimate gift of love. Don't approach communion lightly or out of habit. Remember that eternal life with Jesus is possible because of the sacrificial gift he gave. That's the whole Bible right there, my friends. That's the whole Bible. The Old Testament, the New Testament, and everything in between is all about Jesus coming as the ultimate perfect sacrifice. So we, human beings who can't seem to get our act together, the Israelites, Jerry's going through the whole Bible. He goes through the whole Bible every year, and then he always comes in and tells me what he read that day. He said, Joy, it is just unbelievable how those Israelites kept going backwards. They kept wanting to sin. They wanted to go back to Egypt. They wanted to have the meat and the onions and all the stuff from Egypt. And don't tell me God doesn't have temper. I'm telling you, God has a temper. We're made in his image. God sent them the meat that they wanted, and then what happened? Thousands of them died because they ate it. It was quail, remember? Yeah. Oh my goodness, so many things. God killed people so many times. I remember Jerry's mother saying, that Old Testament has so much violence in it. Yeah. Yeah. God hates sin. God is a holy God. And a human being can't seem to live right. Maybe they can live right for an hour. Maybe they can live right for a day or 2 days. But, I mean, you can have a thought, and it's a sin. You know, I get angry at Jerry over practically nothing. My main thing arguing with my husband, how about you, is that he doesn't listen to me. And I will have to say things 2 or 3 times. And so now I've got this thing where I'll say, what did I say? Tell me what I said. What did I say? Like he's a little kid. And so then I lay in bed at night and I think, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I shouldn't have talked to him like that. Oh, and even our preacher, Dwayne Sheriff, said, have them repeat to you what you said so you know they heard it. Oh, but I just feel so bad. Jerry is perfect 99.9% of the time. I'm nowhere near that. I talk to you all, and you hear me, and you listen to me, and you say either something, oh, you're a total idiot, I don't agree with you, or I'm so glad you said that, I agree with you, oh, you helped me so much, oh, I'm mad, I'm unsubscribing. But Jerry, I can talk to him, and he'll just walk out of the room, and I'll phone and I'll say, Jerry, did you hear what I said? He said, no, what did you say? It's just a man thing, y'all. Men don't multitask, and when they've got their mind on something, their mind is 100% on something. That's why I used to tell Jerry when we owned our business, I used to say, I wish I could be one of your customers just one day. Because his mind would be totally 100% on me all day long. Oh, and it wouldn't matter what I said, what I did, what I looked like, whether I was naked or dressed. He went to many people's homes, elderly people. And he had to measure them all different ways to build a wheelchair around them. And many times, our delivery man said one time, all she had on was this little top, no other clothes. And Jerry often had to measure them, yes, with practically nothing on. So, just super, super patient. You know, I could just lay in bed and say, Jerry, would you please measure me for a wheelchair? I used to do stuff like that, I promise you. Oh, anyway, it's going to be a beautiful day. I think Viv caused yesterday. I really do. Because I have not worried about the 2 tables that are full of stuff. I told you about that out in our garage. I haven't even thought about them. I'm up here every single day. I want you to know I didn't come up here yesterday. I did the devotional. I left. That's it. We were in the garage all day. Viv cleaned off her dresser. You remember? Viv cleaned off her dresser. She had all this perfume and all this makeup. Well, I don't wear any perfume and I don't wear makeup, so I didn't have any of that stuff on my dresser. But there's these 2 tables in the garage. So Jerry and I started on those 2 tables yesterday morning. We were out there until 6:30 last night, just before dark. I said, I don't care what isn't done. I'm quitting. I'm going in the house and I'm making dinner. Jerry said, I'm right behind you. So we got the tables all cleared up. Then the funny thing is, we cleared the tables all off. And then I washed them all off, and I've got this great big, one of the reasons it's there is I bought this huge cutting mat for a ping pong table years ago, before I had my sewing room up here. And I bought this ping pong table, and then I ordered a great big cutting mat for it. So I could lay my quilts on it and have a really big surface, you know, like they do at the quilt shops. Let me take a sip of. So anyway, that was down there. And I had it completely covered up with the sheet. Well, the sheet was a horrible, horrible mess. I threw it in the burn pile and we burned it. And then some paint, Jerry had mixed paint on it, and the paint had gone through to my mat. So I had to clean it up. So I cleaned it all up really, really good. Then I covered it up with this plastic. I found these rolls of plastic at his mom's house. Do you all care about this? I found these rolls of plastic. They're big, long rolls, and it said on it, table covers. And I thought, oh, that's a table. There's 2 tables. So I unrolled that and covered the table totally up. It was super, super neat, clean. There wasn't anything on it. I wouldn't even let the cat on it. Then we turned around, and all these shelves are out there with all these gardening tools and bug sprays and gardening products and dishes and pots and pans and paper plates and just all kinds of stuff. So then we started cleaning that off. Guess where that all ended up? On the table. About 5 o'clock last night, I said, Jerry, stop the truck, stop the truck. Actually, he brought his truck over and we loaded it up with stuff for Goodwill. I said, my table's all messed up again. We can't go until we clean it off. So I totally cleaned the table off. I washed all the plastic off, and we came in and quit for the night. So Jerry's got his physical therapy this morning, and he's going to the bank with the big jar of all of our change and getting it turned into bills, and he's going to Goodwill with all the stuff we moved out of my garage last night. And I'm getting ready to go finish a new garment so I can show it to you on my sewing tutorial. I did another big long tutorial for you, but I might be too embarrassed to put it up. We'll see. But I better let you go for now. But remember, Jesus Christ came to die. He came to die. He was only like 33 years old. And he willingly went through a horrible death for me and for you. So, remember. Gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow.